Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news. All right, folks, hold on to your hats because what I'm about to tell you is a game changer. Rumor has it that the New York Giants might be on the verge of pulling off a blockbuster trade that could reshape their defense and potentially their entire season. And it involves none other than T.J. Watt, the elite pass rusher from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah, you heard that right. T.J. Watt, a guy who's been a nightmare for quarterbacks, a relentless force on the edge, could soon be donning the Giants' blue and white. Now I know what you're thinking, that sounds almost too good to be true. But stay with me because the details are just as intriguing as the possibility itself. According to some inside sources, including the reputable Diana Rossini, the Steelers are currently mulling over trading Watt around the 2025 mid-season deadline, which is in November. Pittsburgh, sitting at 6-6 right now with a cap space of around $12 million, is considering sacrificing their premier edge rusher to focus on rebuilding their offensive line. Why? Well, injuries have decimated their roster, especially on the OL, which has left them vulnerable, and their pass rush has been inconsistent despite Watt's brilliance. Watt, who's just 30 years old, is still producing at an elite level, averaging about 2.6 sacks per game in 2025, and his PFF pass rush grade is through the roof at 93.1. That's the kind of production that instantly elevates any defense. He's racked up 5 sacks, 48 tackles, and 9 tackles for loss in just 12 games, with a pressure snap percentage of over 15%. Despite dealing with a shoulder injury that caused him to miss a game earlier this season, Watt remains an absolute force on the field. His ability to force turnovers is outstanding, with 5 forced fumbles so far in 2025, and his EPA per stop of plus 0.49 shows how impactful he is on every play. His speed, clocked at a blazing 4.6 seconds in the 40-yard dash, makes him a nightmare in the red zone, where he succeeded in stopping 52% of plays, a figure that speaks volumes about his ability to clamp down when it matters most. Let's take a moment to appreciate what Watt brings to the table. Over his career, he's accumulated an incredible 95 sacks and has made 5 Pro Bowls. His win rate as an edge rusher is around 78%, which is elite. In 2025, he's averaging 8 QB hits per game, and he boasts an 82% success rate in bull rushes, a testament to his strength and technique. His style of play echoes the trade of Machner from 2023, who increased turnovers significantly for the Bears. Watt's presence on the field is a game changer. He's a true predator, constantly hunting the quarterback, forcing mistakes, and creating chaos for offenses. Now, why would the Giants be interested in such a player? Well, for starters, with the current roster, the Giants have been desperately searching for ways to bolster their pass rush. Thibodeaux has shown flashes of brilliance, but he's still developing, and without Leonard Lawrence, who's currently on IR with an elbow injury, the Giants' defense has lacked that consistent, disruptive force that can turn games around on their own. Watt could be that guy. His projection for 2025 is roughly 18 sacks, which would be a massive boost to a pass rush that's been averaging just 19 sacks per game this season. Imagine a duo of Thibodeaux and Watt terrorizing quarterbacks. Offenses would be forced to double-team one, leaving the other free to wreak havoc. And it's not just about sacks. Watt's pressure rate, over 85% against mobile quarterbacks, is a nightmare for any offense. He complements Thibodeaux perfectly, elevating the entire defensive line and creating a domino effect that can turn the Giants into one of the league's most feared defenses. The impact would ripple across the entire unit, boosting turnovers, reducing third-down conversions, and giving the offense more opportunities to capitalize. Now, some might wonder, would Pittsburgh be willing to part with Watt? Well, considering their focus on rebuilding the OL and their desire to acquire younger talent, it's not out of the realm of possibility. The Steelers are known for valuing youth in their rebuilds, and Watt's age, just 30, means he still has plenty of prime years ahead. Moreover, the Steelers might see this as an opportunity to recoup some draft capital, especially if they're targeting future picks or promising young players to help with their rebuild. The Giants, on the other hand, would likely have to part with a high draft pick, possibly a second-rounder in 2026, along with some additional compensation to make this happen. This potential trade has huge implications for the Giants' Super Bowl aspirations. With Watt anchoring the pass rush, the defense could transform from a decent unit into a top-tier, game-wrecking force. His ability to double Hurts in clutch moments and pressure the quarterback consistently would elevate the Giants' chances in close games, especially in the playoffs. We all know how important a dominant pass rush is in January, and Watt could be the piece that finally pushes the Giants over the top. His presence alone might be enough to shift the odds in their favor from +50, 0 to as low as +20, 0, as fans start to believe more firmly in their Super Bowl dreams. Of course, there are risks involved, as with any trade of this magnitude. The Giants would need to balance their cap space, ensure their draft capital isn't overly depleted, and consider how Watt fits into their long-term plans. But if the price is right, and if Watt's health remains solid, this is a move that could define the franchise's future. Imagine a defense with Watt, Thibodeaux, and a revitalized secondary. It's enough to make any Giants fan's heart race with excitement. Looking ahead, the potential acquisition of Watt would send shockwaves through the NFC East. Rival teams like the Eagles and Cowboys would have to game plan differently, knowing that the Giants suddenly have a premier pass rusher capable of taking over games single-handedly. The division could become even more competitive, with the Giants emerging as a legitimate contender with a defense that strikes fear into opponents' hearts. Watt's signing would also send a message across the league. The Giants are serious about competing at the highest level, about reclaiming their spot among the league's elite. And for us, the fans, this is what dreams are made of. Watching Watt terrorize offenses week after week, knowing that the Giants are stacking their roster with top-tier talent, makes the upcoming season even more thrilling. It's not just about adding a player, it's about signifying a new chapter, a bold statement that the Giants are back and ready to contend for another Super Bowl. The road won't be easy, but with Watt in the mix, the journey just got a lot more exciting. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest New York Giants news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So whether this trade actually materializes or remains a tantalizing rumor, it highlights how aggressive the Giants might be in their quest to build a championship-caliber team. They've shown they're not afraid to pull the trigger on bold moves, and acquiring someone like Watt would be a statement, a clear sign that they're all in on competing now and for years to come. As the season progresses, keep your eyes peeled because the NFL is all about surprises, and this potential move could be one of the biggest stories of the year. For now, we wait and see, but one thing is for sure. If the Giants manage to land TJ Watt, the entire NFC East will be on notice, and the Big Blue will be back in a big way. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Giants. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest New York Giants news.